Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, dobro jutro. It's Charles, and today is Tuesday. And Tuesday, flood update here. I want to go ahead and get started because my last update was like 10 minutes and 1 second. Every freaking video I do is over 10 minutes because I ramble. Today, it's kind of cloudy outside, but they're still saying it's going to be nice all week. And here's some of the biggest updates. One of the most important ones that came through was Smederevska Palanka, which is a little town of about 7,000 people. They ran out of water, and I just got word, one of my friends sent saying that they was out of water there. I posted about it, and I had a bunch of people say that Mladenovats, the guys over there, sent 7 tons of water, and Alexinats, they got together a bunch of water. That's distributing around, so that really helps, but we're still having a major problem in a lot of these areas for, you know, we got so much water on the ground, but none to drink. So water is a necessity here. If each of us were to go buy a bottle of water and send it, you know, god dang it would really help, you know, at these food banks. Obrenovac, we all know Obrenovac has been flooded by about 90% of the city has been flooded and it's just absolutely destroyed. My buddy, I met with a young kid yesterday, Milan Peshkovic, and he wrote me this really nice story for my blog, an actual detailed account of what he went through. He was stuck in his home. They had to rescue him in an amphibious vehicle. They took him and his mother away. He had to swim out and save his dog. His grandparents refused to leave, and his grandfather has Alzheimer's and diabetes, and his grandmother refused to go, so to leave. So he has no communication with her. They will not allow anybody in, but he actually saw her on pink televisions doing a good job with going around with the rescuers. They're providing water to these people that stayed, and so he saw his grandma and grandpa on the news and his dog, so he's doing well. I'm going to publish that in my blog, so thank you, Milan, and god dang it, I'm sorry to hear about your struggle. The young kid, they put him in an elementary school. The elementary school was flooded too, so they finally got rescued from there and sent to Belgrade. He was staying with an aunt, and just these people's lives are uprooted. Last couple weeks of school here too, you know, they were getting into their last couple weeks of school, and now this, you know, they're not going to be able to even go back into Obrenovac for probably a month or more, you know, terrible situation. Paracin and Krupan. Terrible situations over there too, and those are some cities that you don't hear a lot about for some reason. Here, the media is focusing on certain areas. You hear nothing about Paracin, which was devastated. The schools there were devastated. Krupan is an absolute disaster zone. A big group of my friends from Zrenjanin, we posted yesterday, they're getting a big group of people together to go to Krupan and provide some food and water. My friends in Loznica even were more concerned with Krupan than they were for themselves. And they're really trying to help get supplies into those people in that area. It's just, oh God, the pictures before Krupan and after, oh God, it looks like Armageddon, man, disgusting. Villages around Sheed, they had last night that they're evacuating those areas. So that's something else to keep your eye out for. Oh, but the Obrenovac evacuation was actually canceled. They said that a really sad thing here is that they have very few helicopters and they're very expensive to send to areas. So there's so few people there that they're saving the helicopters for more important areas. And that just makes me sick. You know, we've got military bases all around the world, and these people here need help with, and those military helicopters and things could help, but nobody uses them for that, you know. And the cost is astronomical, gasoline and stuff to get them in here. Horrible. They could save lives. Instead, we see these military things to kill people. Sick, man. A sick world we live in. The Danube, we are not out of the woods yet. And they're saying that the Danube here, the Sava and the Danube are right here in Belgrade. Everything at the source, the water is coming this way, so the river is gradually rising here. It's already at like 6.3 meters high, I think is what they said, and which is the highest it's ever been. It's coming to Belgrade, where these two rivers merge. So we are not out of the woods yet. Those people in Obrenovac are not out of the woods yet. They say it's going to continue to rise till maybe Thursday or later in the week. They expect the highest amount of water. So we're still in trouble. Yeah, the Sava's at 20 feet high, and that's the highest ever documented, according to Mr. Vucic, the premier here in Serbia. A gentleman, something really nice, a gentleman from the United States, he's in the diaspora, he messaged me, or his friend messaged me and said he's going to donate his home that's in a small area in Republika Srpska that was unaffected. It's enough for 2 families, a duplex. He's donating his home to these people. Unbelievable, you know. That makes you want to cry, you know, that somebody is that generous to give up their home to 2 families that have been, you know, destroyed. I'll post a little bit more about it later when he's got his contents in there that his sister's going to be cleaning out. List of people willing to help, folks. There's a really good thing I posted this morning. There was a list of Serbs all over Serbia that are willing to let people that are in Obrenovac and Krupanj and Paraćin or Republika Srpska, wherever, live with them, give them a place to stay, a roof over their head, and some food. Big list. I'm going to put that link in the description here so you can see all these wonderful people. Big list. Awesome people. Donations are coming in great, you know. European Union, they donated 1 billion euros, but it's not really a donation. It's part of their fund. Bosnia and Herzegovina get none of it because they are not an expected member state yet. And this is money that, you know, it's not really just, hey, here you go. You know, there's stipulations to it, but still it's something that's needed now. The Swiss have been great. The Swiss Serbs, they just raised like 1 million euros. Norwegians have been phenomenal. An Irish guy that was here on a bicycle, he's raised a lot of food and stuff he's delivering. The Chicago Serbs are at it. The Milwaukee Serbs are kicking ass. Who else? I don't want to leave anybody out. The Greeks, wonderful Greeks, are the Serbian brothers. They've sent up a lot of special forces here to help evacuate people. The Chinese, man, the Chinese here in Serbia, you know, a lot of people pick on the Chinese. They're just trying to make a living for themselves. They're in every village here. They've got together a ton of equipment and supplies to give to these people. The Chinese government, don't know if it's true, but they said about 10, I'm not even going to say millions of euros worth of stuff they're sending from China. The USA, another one, people have been giving the USA a hard time, $100,000. It was one of the first bits of money that was given. Maybe they didn't know the extent of it, but recently they said from their bases in Italy, they're sending over about $700,000 worth of goods, mattresses, all this stuff that's going to be going mainly into Republika Srpska, the worst hit parts, Doboj, and some of those other places, Bijeljina. So they're doing a little bit too. There's a big rumor going around that Cristiano Ronaldo, the big soccer star, that he donated 6 million euros. We don't know. Nobody knows if it's true. 100 people have sent it to me, but there's no proof of that. And maybe, just like Dejan Mirkovic told me, he said, you know, said on a post, he said maybe he's a guy, he's a good man that doesn't want people to know it. You know, a lot of those people are out there. They don't want their name used. You know, they're just doing it from the kindness of their heart. They don't want popularity, and that's awesome. A big stink going around here. I thought I mentioned, but I didn't. Radio Amateur, which was stationed on Avila Tower, they had people on the ground in Obrenovac, and they posted a lot of things, and they saw a lot of things they shouldn't have, I guess. They said, this is rumor, I mean, don't hold me to this, but they said that they posted things on Twitter. Miraculously, that stuff was gone, and they came in the next day and wanted to remove Radio Amateur from the air. And Radio Amateur was responsible for saving tons and tons of people from Obrenovac. A lot of those emergency lines were full. They couldn't get through. People would post on Twitter and share. They would get the information, relay it to rescuers. They were key in saving people's lives. And they said the government went in to shut them down. But I guess now another radio station helped them, so they're still on the air. So fantastic. They said this current losses, is about $1.3 billion worth of damages already, you know, and this isn't even after they account for all tons and tons of farm ground. Bosnia, they said about 47% of Bosnia, is used as farm ground, and EU is its biggest trading partner. They're going to have massive losses. All these little towns that rely on these piazza, which is a place you go buy fruit and vegetables, all that stuff's underwater and dead. Massive problem. They said over 2,000 landslides have occurred in Bosnia, Republika Srpska. You know, a lot of that's mountainous kind of areas. A lot of that is just destroying homes, and it's the biggest problem that they're concerned with is landmines. You know, during the Croatian, the Serbian war, the Bosnian war, there was lots of landmines laid. Unfortunately, I think it's a sick freaking thing to put a landmine down. But that was happened all over that region, and now they're all getting washed up. So rescue efforts are kind of very nerve-wracking. So not only do they get a ton of water and problems getting people to come in and help, now they got to worry about landmines. Anyway, we're not out of the woods yet. We've got a ton of problems coming with this last wave of this storm. Hopefully after this, man, the sun will be out and we can get these levels down where they need to be. A ton of guys are out. A lot of these young guys here in Serbia really make me proud, man. They're out busting their ass. Stefan Radic, my buddy from Zrenjanin, he goes to college here. He's been out for 4 days. He sent me a message. He said, I forgot how to write English. I haven't slept in 4 days. I've been running between Obrenovac, Krupanj, Sremska Mitrovica, running around, putting up bags, doing hard freaking work. You got guys all over doing that. And they just do it because the country needs it. They have to do it. Partizan Red Star, they had a really nice picture. They showed a Partizan guy holding a flare, and all the Red Star guys are filling sandbags, so it's bringing people together. Unfortunately, it has to happen in this shitty circumstance that we're in. Anyway, my friends, that's it. That's a quick update. Thank you. Please, 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 everybody that watches this, donate $1 or $10, whatever you can afford, because that money, a loaf of bread here in Serbia is about 40 dinars. The exchange rate's about 80 dinars to the dollar. $1 can buy 2 loaves of bread and get over here and feed a family, man. It's gotta happen. We've gotta do it. It makes no difference if you're an American or you're a Serb. It doesn't matter, you know. This is something that needs done. These people need food, they need medicine, they need water, they need assistance to build their homes, they need it all. So everything you can do will help. I'm gonna put some links in there again. And people are doing good, but it needs to keep coming. It's not over, okay? Hvala, prijetno.